Hey, it's time for all the security to get around. It's going down.
Yeah, well, I'm a gat-toting, pistol-holding nigga on your damn street. Stomping, jumping, bumping, and be crunk off in this damn thing. Throwing the bows, I pat these hoes, they screaming and bleeding from their nose. And when we start to swing, we make them niggas hit the floor. Ain't no game off in this thing, we be deep off in your party. Call my niggas, get it started. Hit with niggas, be the hardest. So, if a nigga come and run their mouth just like a hoe, punch him dead up in his nose and stomp his ass down to the floor.
Yo, we nuggin' and buckin' and ready to fight. I bet ya I'ma throw them names on haters, especially think twice. See me, I ain't nothing nice. And cry my beat, ain't no stopping. Peggy like Saddam Hussein, Hitler, and Osama bin Laden. Like they say, they come poppin', and I am acting the fool. I wish I had a wicked crunk up on this crime, my crew. Now enough is enough, boy. Rough and get stuff, boy. Look is a must, boy. Look if you buck, boy.
Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, if you buck, look if you buck, look if you buck, look if you buck, look if you buck, boy. Jumping out from on the stage, throwing for like Johnny Cage. All my niggas throwing rides, knocking down the barricade. And then when we be too deep, and MOB is too elite. Loudest niggas, loudest, you be dollars being close to me. Put it plus and constantly, ran me to your city street. Broken bones, lay alone, scattered across the concrete. Ducking if you bugging, you'll be ducking if you get too close. In my eyes, you wasn't wise, I think it's time I look you, ho.
I come in the club, shaking my dreads, throwing these balls and busting these heads. Beat you irrelevant stuff to my residence, best that go far for you a lit. I've been a drama and committing no crime, not leaving a trace, not leaving a line. We necking and bucking cause I got a nine. I blow you away cause you wasting my time. Stupid ass niggas, I know what to do. I waste your ass, you step to my crew. I'm through with you haters, so watch what you do. You talking about me, then I'm talking to you. You bucking on us and we leaving your place. You busting on me, then that shit gon' get nasty. I'm colder than ice and I'm freezing out here. I target your city, but you cannot tell.
Look if you buck, boy, but you better come equipped. I got some shit out in my trunk, it's gonna make you body flip. Hollow tip, busting out the wrist soon as I hit the door. Anybody make a fall, move their bodies on the floor. Fucking with no hoes, bro. Never been no lanes, man. Ain't never been no pussy niggas scared to throw them things, man. Crime my niggas up in this bitch. Break their records, I refuse it. Fucking with them HB niggas, you bout to get your wig split. Look if you buck, boy. 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 Look if you look if you look if you buck, boy. Look if you buck, look if you buck, look if you buck, boy.
I'ma say this and I'ma end mine. If you ain't down for the Africans here in the United States, period, point blank, if you ain't down for the ones that suffered in South Africa from apartheid and shit, damn it, you need to step your punk ass to the side and let us brothers and us Africans step in and start putting some foot in that ass.
Break 'em off, son. 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 I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why we're living in the city and still wanna die. I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why we're living in the city and still wanna die.
Them when they wear me belly, them don't really understand. So the reason why they take me long and me on hand. Me not out for peace and me not Rodney King. Me gun goes click, me gun goes bang. Them riot in Compton and them riot in Long Beach. Them riot in LA cause them don't really wanna see. Niggas start to loot and police start to shoot. Like us down at 7 o'clock, barricade us like Beirut. Me don't show no love cause it's us against them. Them never ever love me cause it's forced to rebel and kill at my own risk. If I may delay to spray with my AK and put them to rest.
Yes, we have. There's been rioting. Well, I don't want to say rioting, but there's been looting downtown. But right now, Bree, what I want to show you is they have started fires down at the end of the street.
How many niggas are ready to lose?
Yeah, so what you wanna do? What you wanna do?
I said, how many niggas are ready to lose?
Myself a Uzi and my brother a 9.
That's what they told us today. In other words, you're still a slave. No matter how much money you got, you still
Congratulations.
Sitting in my living room, calm and collective, feeling that gotta get my perspective. Cause what I just heard broke me in half, and half the niggas I know, plus the niggas on the road is belling. Laugh now, but cry much later. You see, when niggas get together, they get mad cause they can't fade us. Like my niggas from South Central Los Angeles, they found that they couldn't handle us. Bloods, Crips on the same squad. With the essays up, a nigga, it's time to rob and mob and break the white man on something lovely. I don't love them, so them can't love me. Yo, straight putting it down, getting my scoot on. It's jumping off in Compton, so I got to get my loot on and come up on me some furniture or something. Got a VCR in the back of my car that I ganked from the sloths and swap me. And motherfuckers better not try to stop me, cause they will see that I can't be stopped. Cause I'ma cock my Glock and pop till they all drop.
Yes, in the videotape we see some of the people in the crowd throwing things at the officers.
And swinging at them as well. There was a young woman there who took a swing at an officer with some object in her hand.
How many niggas are ready to lose?
Yeah, so what you wanna do? What you wanna do?
I said, how many niggas are ready to lose?
Got myself a Uzi and my brother a nine.
I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why. For living in the city, it's do or die. I got my finger on the trigger, so niggas wonder why. For living in the city, it's do or die.
One time trigger happy, no nigga love. 187 time to grab the glove. Can't get prints on a 9, I throw away. Or get prints on my Uzi when it's spray. Pop, 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 another motherfucker drop. And I get relief like plop, plop, fizz, smash. I crashed his head like a window. I ain't Nintendo, I'm high off the endo. Creeping with the quickness to the cut. Bust one to his head while he munches on a donut. It crack up, so now we best to back up. I guess I got to pack up. Filling the clip up, I dip up town. But motherfucking cops are all around. Helicopters flying, these motherfuckers trying to catch me and stretch me on death row. But hell no, the Pope Black refused to go.
This now covers a very, very wide area of Los Angeles where these fires have been ignited. I mean, from here to the south end of South Central is a long way.
The outcome of this is destruction, so them all four niggas don't give a fuck, so them busters them for the conviction of 3 black shows, no justice, so the conviction right. If we riot again, me turn the other cheek, me beat too many beat, got me 9 to my side, so me bust flick, cause he don't give a fuck and me don't give a fuck, and all my problems in with that fuck.
Black blam, blam to them four. Listen to the shots from a nigga doggy dog with a bar. Dr. Dre, them boss gunshots. Diggity dash and RBG, them boss gunshots. Come again.
Alright, chat ain't up yet, but that's cool. Peace and Black Power, family. It's your boy Psychopath and your girl Renee. Black at you. Now I mean, with another RBG pill show. What's good out there, family? Apologize for being a couple minutes late. Let me get some ones out there if y'all can hear me clear. They go to chat right there. All right, cool. Let me get some ones if y'all can hear me clear. Let me get some shout outs. Let me see. Shout out to Iron Fist. Shout out to Falconeer. Shout out to Shatira. Shout out to Skinny Boy. Shout out to Midtown Pookie. Let me see who else. What's it? B1 for Life. See, I think I see Twin Man. Let's see who else popped up in here. I'm trying to get everybody. B1 Infinity, Cater the Culture with Dr. G, Discussions with Dina, Lord Bell, Shorty was good. See anybody else pop up in here? Arthur, what's going on? Sonia Seeds was good. Take Care of Me, what's going on? Shout out to everybody else out there might be listening. If I forgot you, my bad. Brother Rob was good. Water Sniper, what's going on? Shout out to everybody else, man. What's good out there? Let's see, Renee, what's going on? What's really good? I'm good. I'm good, Renee. You know I've been struggling the last hour or so, but I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Peace. I'm good. Peace, everybody. How y'all doing? And yeah, I'm good. Ready to get it in.
That's what's up.
And make sure y'all come in, hit the hand sanitizer on y'all way in, and hit that like button or whatever it is, the big thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that after y'all get y'all hand sanitizer. Cause you know what I mean? Because
other people are hitting that like button, and you know they ain't wearing gloves. So you gotta make sure you get that sanitizer before you hit the button, and then after you hit it, make sure you get that hand sanitizer again. Because quarantine. Mm-hmm. Gotta be careful. Yes. You know what I mean? But family. It's a few things we want to talk about today, but the main thing we want to talk about, I think we want to dive. You want to dive into that first, right? You right?
However you want to do it. You go ahead.
We can dive into the main thing first. You want to chime in on it first, or you want me to just go ahead in or what?
You go ahead.
Okay. Well, we all know the situations. We done did many shows on this, so we ain't got to rehash this shit with a lot of y'all as far as the situation with George Floyd and him passing away at the hands of the fucking pigs, knee in the back of the neck. And all the protests and everything that's been happening, the riots and all that. And in the midst of all this, out in Chicago and other places, but mainly Chicago, right? The Latin Kings, for those that don't know, it's a Hispanic gang, that encompasses a lot of different Hispanic coaches, right? They kind of just all unify under one banner, calling themselves the Latin Kings, right? It's kind of a jail thing that's filled out outside of jail. Wait for them to all, the gangs run the jail system, right? Let's just call it what it is. It's very racially divided in jail, and the gangs run shit, right? That's how a lot of Negroes end up getting caught up in the gangs. They'll get locked up not being a part of a gang, and when they come home from jail, they either a part of a gang, they probably got spiritual, turned into a Muslim or a Hebrew or something, right? You kind of fall into a certain group when you get locked up, right? You gotta very rare are you by yourself when you locked up. Normally you fall into a certain demographic, right? Whether it be the gang, because you need people around you, right? And most of the time, a lot of times, motherfuckers get caught up in the gang shit. And the Latinos, they all fall under this one banner. Well, it's a certain gang, because it's more than one Hispanic gang, but this is one of the more bigger ones, and one of the more well-known ones. And one of the reasons why is because they got a bunch of different Hispanic coaches under one banner, right? And they call themselves the Latin Kings, right? Now, they all over the place, from LA to Chicago to New York. You will find these Latin Kings, right? Now, the Latin Kings out in Chicago decided, we don't want all this crazy shit going on in our neighborhood, and it's these black people out here causing all these problems, we're going to go ahead and put a stop to this before it starts. And we're going to set it off on every black motherfucker who comes into our fucking hood. We ain't playing no games. We don't know if they looting or not. We just set it off for these motherfuckers. And they just started terrorizing black people that came in their neighborhood. Right? They started terrorizing. You know, mainly Mexicans, right? These are mainly Mexicans because that's the main Hispanic group out in Chicago, right? It's not like out here in the Northeast where you have, you know, different, you know, you got the Dominicans over here, the Puerto Ricans over here, the Mexicans over there, Cubans over here, you know, we got all that over here. Out there is mainly Mexicans, right? So they got on their bullshit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip real quick. To show y'all what type of shit they on for the people that ain't been on point on what's happening. So let's get to this clip real quick and then we'll get back into it. So let's go, family.
Definitely. I'm telling you right now, don't let me catch none of y'all at the go, because then we gonna be there. Y'all gonna see, motherfuckers. Y'all gonna see niggas posted. No. You not coming to Little Village, baby. Please do not try it. I'm telling you this now. For your safety, not for ours. We gonna be okay. Always. Trust me. We gonna be just fine. It's fuck. But please do, for your own safety, please do not come to my side trying to buy no groceries. Please do not. Man, there's gonna be a couple of them big motherfuckers at your ass, boy. I don't give a fuck what you is. I don't give a fuck you one of the Latin folks we cool with. Hey, Latin folks, y'all should have been over there. Good, man. Y'all shouldn't have been out there letting them folk going out there and destroying y'all good grocery store. Got your mama all in her own crib and her own.
Ain't there girls in there?
I don't know.
Damn, they're fucking them up. I swear to God, holy shit.
Sí, es que esa gente no vinieron a robar allá a la tienda.
Ay, Dios. No. Ay, Dios mío.
Alright. And that was just a little something, family. That was just a little something. They've been wilding out there. They've been wilding out there in the shy. Wait up, family. Wait up. I ain't done, family. Wait up. Because there's another clip I want y'all to see of these motherfuckers yet again setting it off on motherfuckers, and I believe Negroes got fed up and started coming back, clapping back at these motherfuckers. Let's see what happens.
I mean, nobody got shit to do. Don't come out here. Stay home. We ain't letting nobody in this bitch. Shit! Run, nigga, run! Fuck, nigga, run! Come on, nigga, run! I don't know, they're shooting from back there, nigga, what's up? Van a salir por acá. Fuck, nigga, dip! Métete, güey. So, straps! Who got the strap, nigga? Who got the fucking strap?
Me too, nigga. They went through the alley. I saw them. They popped out the cut, nigga.
Hell no.
Someone had it.
Who shot? Who shot?
The fucking Mayates, bro. They're shooting from the back there.
No.
They came. They were right there.
Hey, get their ass. Get their ass.
They're right there in that white truck.
The white truck?
Yeah, nigga. Look at the way that's dipping. Got everybody good? What's up? Hey, we gotta have some 3 guys back there, bro. You called it, yeah.
I called it from the get-go, from the beginning. I always said, be careful with that.
White truck! Get them niggas! Everybody good, everybody good. Yo!
Hey, shit, what the?
Bro, that shit lit up real quick.
I saw them, nigga.
Bro,
I saw them right there, nigga. Nah, King, I saw them. Where'd they go? Watch that.
What's up? Get them out of here. Get them niggas out of here. What's up?
Let's go, now he's good. Hey, let's go. Now he's good. He's good.
Right here, Sawyer and Cermak, nigga. Sawyer and Cermak all day.
Don't shoot it. Wait. Bro.
5-0, 5-0.
5-0. Fuck 5-0. Hey, they came shooting. Then fuck you too then.
Hey, what did he say?
He said, fuck you.
Tráela con bajón. Shit about to get deep. What's up? What's up? Get the fuck out of here. Ahí van, ahora sí, hijos de su puta madre, a ver si es cierto. What's up? What's up, niggas?
Fucking niggas, get him!
I don't condone none of this. I don't gangbang, and this is not my style, man, boy. This is our people, man. This is where we stand up for them. This is where we come and we show them who we are, and we protect our business, our investments. What's up, nigga? What's up? What's up? What's up? Get in, get in.
Mafia.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Come through, Mafia.
5-0's coming here. Shit.
Mafia.
Pull out the straps.
Mafia.
We good? Everybody good? My bad.
Man, that motherfucker's right in front of me, dog.
Where the fuck is he, bro?
Fucking Mayate.
Where is he at?
He's over here on this side.
Fucking box him in!
Hey, you got more shells for that shit, bro? Bring shells, ASAP, nigga.
Get all the straps in here. Get all the straps.
Bring all the bitches, bro.
Hello.
Hurry up, King. We blowing at it with these niggas. It's shootouts right here, King. We having shootouts with these niggas.
This is a fucking war zone, though.
King, we having shootouts. We busted all that shit right now. Bring these shells ASAP, nigga. The bugs are...
Bring all the fucking AKs we got!
Yeah, right now, the fucking cat's crazy, bro.
Oh, damn, bro. Yo!
I don't know, man. I left it over there.
Fuck.
You good?
Yeah,
Where's Mafia?
They went down to the night.
And there you go, family. And there you go. It's a whole bunch of other shit. I saw shit going on out here in NYC. I saw some other shit going on out in Texas. These motherfucking, listen, let me ask a question, because there's a theme behind this whole show, right? Y'all see the title. And this show is directed specifically to the individuals who love to go back and forth with me about how we need allies and coalitions with other motherfuckers, right? As y'all know, I don't get down with that whole concept of, that whole liberal mindset that our fight is their fight and their fight is our fight bullshit. As you can see, we the only motherfuckers who think like that. For some strange reason, black people seem to think that everybody else looks at us as their allies. The way we tend to look at everybody else. Allies. We need to help the gays fight their fight because they are also oppressed. Those motherfuckers. The motherfuckers that say we need to help the single white female because the white man is oppressing her too. Those simple ass Negroes. The type of Negroes that tell you we supposed to worry about immigration. Their kids are being separated from their parents at the border. SJWs unite. We must help the Mexicans. They're liberal too. They don't like white supremacy either. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Those Negroes. Who will try to convince you that somehow or another we got friends in this fight. We need these people. Well, with friends like that, I do not need enemies. I have seen a black woman climb the Statue of Liberty to protest for these illegal fucking immigrants coming in this country and get locked the fuck up for it. We go through our shit. You know what these motherfuckers do? They pack up their gats, fill up them clips, and they go fight for that same white man that's trying to build a wall to keep them out of this fucking country. That's what the fuck they do. All this anti-Donald Trump shit. We must protect the Mexicans from Donald Trump, and they turn around and do Donald Trump's work for them. This is the thanks we get. And I'm not even mad at them. You know why? Because I tried to tell you, Negroes. I have been trying to tell you, Negroes, this for years. That when the rubber meets the fucking road, them fuckers are going to kick your little bullshit ass alliance to the fucking curb. They don't give a fuck about you. They ain't going to help you fight shit. Why are you jumping out the window helping these fuckers with anything? I have been begging and pleading with you motherfuckers. Stop this shit. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves. That's that liberal propaganda that's been pumped in your fucking brain. And they got y'all believing that dumb shit. They got y'all believing that SJW fuck shit. That SJW shit is a motherfucker. That shit is the biggest trick back. Y'all get off that dumb shit. When are y'all gonna wake? When are y'all motherfuckers gonna wake the fuck up and realize we don't have no fucking allies? Stop telling me we gotta fight for gays. I don't want to hear no more motherfuckers telling me we gotta fight for gay people. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't want to hear motherfuckers telling me about no fucking Mexicans. Kick rocks. Feminism, go fuck yourself. All that little dumb shit. I'm over it. I'm over the ally shit. I'm over the coalition shit. You Negroes gonna keep our asses where the fuck we at forever. Believe in fairy tales. Believing in fairy tales. This shit is insane. I can't believe motherfuckers in 2020 is still falling for this bullshit. Every group has shown you they don't give a fuck about you. And motherfuckers are still begging them to care. And you want to know what's so fucking funny? All these motherfuckers. And I'm talking about from the coons to the white supremacists, all the motherfuckers who hate the black community, all these motherfuckers who talk about what about black on black crime, want to talk about how the dysfunction in the community. I want to talk about how all these motherfuckers, all the Pookies and Ray Rays is so destructive and all this shit. Guess what these Negroes are doing today? They are co-signing and caping for the Latin Kings. Oh, these motherfuckers on site don't have a problem with gangbangers. Now these motherfuckers, they love gang members now. Oh, I saw motherfuckers making videos. Oh, I stand in solidarity with the Latin Kings. White nationalists. White nationalists standing up for illegal immigrants. Against black people. Let that shit soak in. You black and brown coalition ass Negroes. Let that shit soak in. Huh? I saw it. The same motherfuckers. I see fucking coons co-signing Jose and Hernandez. Any other time, they will consider Jose and Hernandez the Spanish Pookie and Ray Ray, but they was loving Jose and Hernandez. They was co-signing that motherfuckers. The same motherfuckers. These full of shit, fake outrage, pick me ass, simp ass Negroes, self-loathing motherfuckers was co-signing the Latin Kings because they was attacking black people. I want y'all to understand what the fuck is going on. I need y'all to get out of this dream. Y'all sleep. And I need y'all to get the fuck out of this dream. Wake the fuck up. Miss me with your coalitions. Miss me with the allies. I'm over it. I think y'all very weird, gullible, and quite frankly, y'all are fucking insane. Because the definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. And by definition, you Negroes are insane. And when y'all ready to get out of your insanity, scream at me. Scream at me. Because then I know you're serious. My bad. I'm going to let Renee go because she's been sitting back patiently. I apologize, Renee. I'm going to let you go ahead.
Oh, no, you good. You good. You on point. And so, yeah, y'all, I want to give a little bit of background, a little history, context to this whole idea of Black-Brown unity. Because I think this is very important information to know and to understand and to see how it has played out and what the remnants of it are. So let me get this to y'all. The first wave of movements, and we're talking about the Black-Brown unity, Black-Brown coalition, if you will. The first wave of movements asserting the objective of forming unity or coalition between people of color and economically disadvantaged whites began in the late 1960s in the United States and declined by the 1970s. Chicano activists such as Cesar Chavez in 1965 through 1966 and Reyes Lopez Tarina in 1967 through 1969 collaborated with civil rights and Black Power organizations to forge Black-Brown collaborative activist work. Organizations such as the Poor People's Campaign, organized by Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968, and Fred Hampton's Rainbow Coalition in 1969, attempted to construct multiracial coalitions based on the common interest of dismantling the structures which created poverty. However, as a result of police brutality, government surveillance, and harassment, sabotage campaigns by government agencies and local police departments, which targeted activist organizations with the intent of producing distrust and disunity among activists and organizations, and the assassination of leaders such as King and Hampton, this wave of multicultural coalition building declined by the 1970s. Now, an unprecedented meeting of African American and Mexican American activists occurred in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at the Alianza Federal de Pueblo Libres, work with me, 1967 conference hosted by Reyes Tarina to explore Black and Brown unity, cooperation, and forge a cross-racial alliance. Representatives from nearly every major Black Power organization were present, including Anthony Akul Babu of the Black Panther Party, Ron Karanga of the United Slaves Organization, James Dennis of the Congress of Racial Equality, Ralph Featherstone of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and Walter Breman of the Black Congress. Representatives of Chicano groups were also present, including Jose Angel Gutierrez of the Mexican American Youth Organization, Bert Corona of the Bert Corona of the Mexican American Political Association, David Sanchez of the Brown Berets, and Rodolfo Corky Gonzalez of the Crusade for Justice. Activist Maria Varela was also invited to the conference and to join the Alliance by Torino. The meeting ultimately produced the Treaty of Peace. This is important, y'all. Listen to this. The meeting ultimately produced the Treaty of Peace, Harmony, and Mutual Assistance, a 7-part pact which acknowledged mutual respect and cooperative alliance. Along with the other representatives, Hopi spiritual leader Thomas Benyaka, who was present at the conference along with many northern New Mexican villagers, also signed the treaty, which began with the following 5 articles. Article 1, both peoples do promise not to permit the members of either of said peoples to make false propaganda of any kind whatsoever against each other, either by speech or writing. Article 2, both peoples, both races, do promise never to permit violence or hate to break this solemn treaty between said peoples. Article 3, both peoples, both races, make a solemn promise to cure and remedy the historical errors and differences that exist between said peoples. Article 4, let it be known that there will be a reciprocal right to send an emissary or delegate to the conventions, congresses, and national reunions of each of the said peoples of each said race. Article 5, let it be known that both peoples will have a political delegate to represent his interests and relations with the other. The treaty concluded with the following statement. This treaty will be valid between the two said peoples as long as the sun and moon shall shine. Okay? While this agreement recognized that disagreements and conflicts between Black and Brown people have been present in a society which actively oppressed both groups, it signified an attempt to forge a coalitive liberation movement and has been noted by scholars in comparative civil rights scholarship to represent the inception of an attempt to forge Black-Brown unity. Attempts at coalition work between Black and Brown people largely occurred in the southwestern United States and had notable regional differences. In California, Black and Brown unity was exemplified through groups such as the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee and the National Farm Workers Association to combat racial segregation and fight for economic rights for farm workers. In Arizona and New Mexico, many Black Americans united with Mexican American groups in order to strengthen their civil rights struggle. In Texas, both Black and Brown Americans had their own widespread civil rights movements, and unification was often not accentuated. Scholar Brian D. Benkin noted that when African American and Mexican American activists moderated the divisive power of race by focusing on economics, they recognized the shared oppression of each group and collectively fought for improved wages, hours, and working conditions. Influenced by the Black Power movement, some Chicanos accentuated the similarities between Black and Brown political struggles. In 1968, the La Raza newspaper claimed the following on the relationship and shared struggle of Black Americans and Chicano communities. Our oppressions are one. Our dreams are one. Our demands are one. We suffer as one. We react as one. We struggle as one. This new position was a considerable shift from previous generations of Mexican Americans, especially among community leaders, many of whom were openly assimilationists and sought to assert Mexican identity as white. One East Los Angeles study found that twice as many Mexican Americans favored cooperation with Black Americans in 1972 than 1965. and concluded that when one takes into account traditional animosities marring Black Mexican American relations, this was an impressive finding. However, while animosity from Mexican Americans notably lessened as a result of new expressions of solidarity among Chicanos, the total number of Mexican Americans who favor cooperation was still in the minority at 39%. So most of them didn't give a damn about trying to work with no Black people. In Los Angeles, school segregation became a focal point of Black-brown unity throughout the 1960s and 1970s. In the mid-1960s, 80% of Black students attended schools which were predominantly Black. Similarly, 50% of Mexican students attended schools which were predominantly Mexican. These schools were often overcrowded and poorly funded, whereas white schools were newly built and not filled to capacity. The Chicano blowouts of 1968, in which tens of thousands of students protested unequal conditions in Los Angeles schools, were accompanied by walkouts of thousands of Black students in South Los Angeles, who also participated. As noted by academic Daniel Martinez Hosang, Black and Mexican American parents and students were often plaintiffs in litigation related to educational inadequacy and reform in court cases into the early 1970s. In 1983, Black-brown unity in Chicago led to the election of Mayor Harold Washington. After Washington's death in 1987, when the Black base split over which alderman should succeed Washington, Latino supporters were set adrift, and the remnants of the city's infamous Democratic machine exploited that uncertainty. As written by journalist Salem Milwaukee for In These Times, Richard M. Daley defeated Washington's successor by pitting the gains of one group against the other, replacing Black officials with Latinos, for instance, in order to forestall the unity. So basically, going back in terms of the Black liberation movement, the Black revolutionary movement, or what have you, you had where a lot of these Chicano groups or whatnot, who were, Mexicans, who many of which were born here, or, their parents, came directly from Mexico or whatnot. And, a lot of them were more so into assimilating. However, they weren't fully accepted as white or whatnot. So in that time, when Black people had a lot of leverage, when we had a lot of leverage with our revolutionary movement and what we were doing, some of these groups sought to align with us, clearly to see if they could advance themselves. And as Black people being who we are, always trying to work with other people, always trying to look out for other people, you saw that happen. Now with the 5 articles they came up with that I read earlier, you see none of those things have maintained, none of those things have continued at all. And some of the most racist people that we find in our communities or around our communities are Mexican people, are Latino people, are Hispanic people. So you see how much of a shift there was at taking place. I also want to bring attention to the fact that when you go back to the 60s and 70s, and like I said, where a lot more of these Chicano groups were aligning or trying to align themselves with some of the Black revolutionary movements, there were not as many Latinos here. There were not as many Chicanos here. Okay, there were not as many of them here as they are now. But as you see, as they got their weight up, as they got their numbers up, their population size up, they wasn't giving no damn about no Black people. They weren't concerned about trying to work with Black people and help Black people, because these relationships only go one way. People always exploit, abuse, and misuse Black people. That's what always happens. And we're always looking to do this bullshit intersectionality, right? Which is where these other groups who have, whatever their significant or supposedly significant social, political, or economic issues are, to put those things together to give it a boost of some sort. That always works against Black people in the end. So now when you look at it, you have a far larger number of Latinos and Hispanic people who are in this country, a far larger number than you do of Black people at this point. Not only that, you have the white ones, then you have the ones who are a little bit more ethnic. So they're able to kind of go in and out between society. They're able to kind of be in a lot of different positions that Black people, we don't have that ability to do. Because pretty much if you Black, you Black. Unless you're talking about them using biracial people or something like that. But other than that, we don't have that same capability. So once the Latinos got their weight up, they was definitely done with Black people. And see, the problem is we should have never been willing to work with them in the first place. See, because what happens is your movement gets hijacked. Like I said, people use you, people exploit you, and when they done with you, they done with you. Now, we know as recently as like what Psycho was talking about, the heifer that climbed the damn Statue of Liberty, we know that in recent years, this whole thing about DACA and the whole thing about the children being held at the border away from their parents and all of this and tugging at the heartstrings, right? And you had a bunch of Black people coming out and saying, you know, we shouldn't let people suffer. And they were, you know, pushing and fighting for this. And you had a bunch of Black politicians, okay, especially out there in California, well, really across the country, who were making it their business to speak up and speak out about what was happening to these people. But as you see at the end of the day, when you have all of these cases of police brutality against Black people, the killings of unarmed Black men, women, and children, you don't see this massive number of Latinos who are over here in this country. You don't see them align with us. You don't see them have our back. You don't see them hold it down. What do you see them do? You see them start turning the gun on us. These are the same ones who run around saying nigga. Black people don't say a damn thing about it. I have a problem with that. You got in the New York area, people have told me over time, oh, well, you know, the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans and the this and that, we let them say this and we let them say that. Listen, them people know they ain't Black. Some of them have a little Black mixed in them here or there or whatever the case may be, but they know damn well they ain't Black. But they can sit in your face and call you a nigga. And you don't say nothing. But we don't sit there calling them wetbacks. We don't sit there and talk about them like a dog, which we should. So I want to bring a couple of more things into play. So let me give y'all this story first. I want to give y'all, since this is the recent situation, I just want to give you this story from the Chicago Tribune about this whole situation. All right, this story came out today. All right, so this is a step back. Latino activists speak out about racial tension with Black Chicagoans on Southwest Side amid George Floyd fallout. The organizing efforts of some Latino groups to peacefully protest and help protect their communities from unrest were quickly overshadowed by racial tensions after reports that alleged Latino gang members were profiling and targeting Black people in Little Village earlier this week. The system is corrupt and they want to see minorities fight against one another to weaken us, said community activist Montserrat Ayala, who helped organize a peaceful protest in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement over the weekend. We need to work together to dismantle racism. When widespread protests broke out across Chicago and the suburbs to demand justice for George Floyd and other Black victims of police brutality, Ayala quickly helped to coordinate a caravan of Latinos to condemn racism and spread messages of Black and brown unity. Dozens of Chicago residents showed up in Little Village to support the effort. But Sunday, things changed. Looting began to spread to Chicago neighborhoods, and Little Village residents rallied together to stand guard in front of neighborhood businesses and on street corners. A crowd on 26th Street grew throughout the day after looters attempted to hit some businesses in the heart of the Mexican-American neighborhood. Residents and police intervened and halted the chaos. Shortly after, leaders of New Life Community Church, who have been working to reduce violence in the area for years, helped to organize residents to guard the streets and to help keep the peace. Elizabeth Arguelles, a tamale seller and activist, walked the whole 26th Street corridor to check on street vendors who were shutting down early because they feared violence in the neighborhood. Alleged gang members joined in the effort to stand guard. Alleged gang members, all right. After several social media posts were widely shared showing alleged gang members in Little Village and Cicero attacking Black people in those neighborhoods, people began labeling the situation as a race war. More posts advised Black Chicagoans to avoid Mexican neighborhoods because Latinos were profiling and targeting them as looters. This is a step back, said Berto Aguio, director and co-founder of Increase the Peace, a grassroots organization. Aguio encouraged his community to remain focused and remind our Black brothers and sisters that we stand with them. Anti-Blackness is deeply rooted and internalized in the Latino community, absolutely, said Aguio, who says he has been working with at-risk youth to create coalitions to tackle racial violence. In Pilsen, Alderman Byron Shigo Lopez said in a video that he was aware of attacks reported on social media and urged the community to look after its Black neighbors. On Tuesday, Chicago community leaders and elected officials denounced the reports of violence against Black Chicagoans by Latinos, saying that it is a distraction to the systematic racial issues they intend to fight in Floyd's name. Benjamin Estrada, outreach director of New Life Centers in Little Village, said the reports are fueling fire between Black and brown communities, but a lot is false. There's definitely been incidents and a few people that have acted out of line, but they are not a reflection of the whole neighborhood, he said. Pilsen resident Xavier Ramy, CEO of Justice Informed, a social impact consulting firm, said that he had never been afraid to walk around his neighborhood, but had to identify a safe house to meet with Lopez. It wasn't safe for African Americans to walk through, to be present in public in areas like Pilsen and Little Village, Ramey, who is Black, said of the last few days. That is the hardest tragedy for me to understand. Ramey said both communities must work together. Get the fuck out of here. Must work together to advocate for resources and address the years of divestment from governments. We don't need this to be a conversation about Black and brown unity. We need to have a conversation about how we still talk about the Black and brown as if they were separate and different. They are. Despite the incidents reported in Little Village this week, I'm almost done, y'all. Increase the Peace called for volunteers again Monday afternoon. This time to clean neighborhoods and strategically show presence to keep looters away. Let's not forget why this is happening, Aguio told volunteers. More than 200 people, some of them from the suburbs, dispersed in groups throughout Southwest Side neighborhoods, including Gage Park, Back of the Woods, Brighton Park, Pilsen, and Little Village on Monday evening with brooms and bags to pick up debris from the looting. A police officer stopped a group near 47th and Western Avenue to ask what the broom was for, and one of the groups answered. He nodded and thanked them. Oh, Lord. Designated groups of people guarded both 18th Street and Pilsen throughout the night. While some community members dropped off food and water, others drove by and honked their horns in show of support. A couple yelled, "Thank you for doing this." This is not a statement against the Black Lives Matter movement. We stand with our Black brothers, but we need to protect our community to avoid more damage, division, and hate within minority communities, said Roberto Montano, a longtime Pilsen resident who helped organize a neighborhood watch Sunday night. Yeah, he know what it is. Some of the men who guarded the streets in a part of Pilsen said they are disappointed by the upheaval that was caused by other Latinos who may have profiled innocent Black people. All right, it just kind of goes on with the same thing. Somebody said, we're not going to break them because they're Black. Looters can be anybody. It doesn't matter what race, Cervantes says. And this is Julian Cervantes, one of the people who was helping. Still, some residents are concerned about the way the groups may operate and question their intention, as the reports and videos of Latinos of unknown affiliation attacking Black Chicagoans circulate on social media. Christine Mondon, who is Black, lives a block away from one of the checkpoints her neighbor in Pilsen set up to keep looters away. She says she, quote, feels scared and overwhelmed and urged people of color to stick together, Lord. Anti-racist and peace marches took place Tuesday in Pilsen and Cicero, both predominantly Latino communities. Protesters held signs that read "Brown People for Black Power," and some carried Mexican flags as they marched from Pilsen Plaza down Cermak Road. A protester said he wanted to show the Black community that Latinos stand in solidarity and want to continue to fight against racism and police brutality. You know, it's interesting because, let me read this last part. Both Black and brown communities on the south and west sides of Chicago are affected by environmental racism, racial discrimination, systematic discrimination, and centuries of exclusion. So much so that it may be hard for some of us to assimilate the trauma we have endured, which makes it hard for us to determine how much that has slowed down Black and brown Latino social and economic mobility. Okay, so here's the thing, right? What I find so funny, and they talking about the wrongdoings of certain gangs and police don't define the community as a whole, but some Black people who were looting don't define the community as a whole either. You know, it's just so interesting because every time something racial happens, it's like it's Black people's responsibility to reach out a hand, to apologize, to speak, it is not our motherfucking responsibility. Why are Black people trying to connect with them? Why are Black people doing anything but protecting our own communities, protecting our own people? This is what I don't understand, and this is the problem. And honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I love my people, y'all know that. But these people, they see us as weak. They see us as weak as fuck. All these Mexicans and these other Latinos, they gangs and they people, they see us as weak as hell. Because we really don't stand strong on a lot of the things we should stand strong on. So they gonna always ride with team white supremacy against your Black ass. You damn right. So in the midst of this, as it always is, Black people versus everybody. We don't have no friends. We know the great elder Dr. John Henry Clark told us that you have no friends. He said that, that's classic, it's age old. So what coalition? What unity? Most Black people out there, you know, y'all probably live in an area that's probably adjacent to a Mexican area or whatnot. And these people are so racist. They so nasty. They so disrespectful to Black people. Why do you still want to fight for them? Why do you still want to be cool with them? Why do you still want to date them? Why do you still want to screw them? You know, not to go there, but we heard, you know, Black men cater to Latinas. That's what the Latinas said. Y'all remember? You know, they said the brothers cater to them, honey. Like, what's really good out here? What's really, really good? Now, let me give y'all this other story. And I'm not leaving out the divestments, right? Because they say open your options, including Latino men, right? Who can't stand your Black ass. Let's keep it a buck. Now, and even when you look among, if you do any research or do any knowledge on Cuba and a bunch of other countries, all of those Hispanic countries are extremely anti-Black. Extremely. The darker you are, the lower you are in the caste system. You at the bottom. And it's no different. It's no different when they get here, because even the real dark Mexicans or the real dark Cubans or other people, they know they ain't Black though. They know they better than you. So let me give y'all this story, and then I'm gonna throw it back to Psycho, because I'm sorry, I know I've been going on, but you know, probably a couple years ago, because like Psycho said, we've talked about this before. this idea of Black brown unity and these types of things. We've done shows on this before, and I know that I've done stories on Mexican gangs or Hispanic gangs or whatnot that have harmed Black people. And for some of these gangs, that's an initiation, especially heavy in California. It's an initiation, so oftentimes to do something to a Black person, right? So I want to give y'all this story because this is one I think I never reported. But this was from, I think the story came out in 2018, but it's reflecting, giving some information on something that took place. So and this comes from the Los Angeles Times. Gang members admit to firebombing Black families in Boyle Heights housing development. Members of a Latino street gang have admitted to carrying out a racially motivated firebombing attack on Black families in a Los Angeles housing project, prosecutors announced Thursday. Again, this is from April 5th, 2018. 3 men belonging to the Big Hazard gang will plead guilty to federal hate crimes stemming from the 2014 attack, according to written plea agreements. In exchange for the confessions, prosecutors for U.S. Attorney Nicola T. Hanna agreed to seek some leniency for the men when they are sentenced. Each faces more than 30 years in federal prison. Wow, that's it? The nighttime attack on Mother's Day 4 years ago laid bare long-standing racial animosity Latino gangs have stoked in the Ramona Gardens housing development and elsewhere. The Big Hazard Boyle Heights housing project as its territory, and the men set out to terrorize Black families into fleeing their apartments, according to a statement released by Hanna. Jose Sosedo, 24, Edwin Felix, 26, and Jonathan Portillo, 23, were part of a group of 8 gang members who carried out the well-planned attack. 3 other members of the gang previously pleaded guilty to participating in the bombing. As part of the plea deals announced this week, prosecutors will not require the 3 men to testify against the alleged ringleader of the group and an 8th man, who have maintained their innocence and face a trial this summer. Details of the earlier guilty pleas have been kept under seal. The attack was discussed at a gang meeting in early May 2014, prosecutors alleged, where the purported ringleader, Carlos Hernandez, 31, told gang members that they would use Molotov cocktails to firebomb apartments of some of the 23 Black families living in Ramona Gardens at the time. Hernandez said the order for the attack had come from figures in the Mexican Mafia, a prison gang that controls many Hispanic gangs in Southern California, according to court filings. On May 11th, Mother's Day, the group met again to prepare, and in the story they showing the Black lady, she's pregnant with her baby. The group met again to prepare for the attack, the indictment said. At that second meeting, Hernandez assigned each gang member a specific job: breaking apartment windows, lighting the devices, throwing them inside. He also handed out disguises and gloves, according to the indictment. Prosecutors allege the men didn't carry cell phones to prevent police from tracking their movements and purposefully avoided security cameras as they sneaked up on their targets. After midnight, the men smashed windows of 4 apartments they had scouted out and threw in the lit explosives, according to the plea agreements. Black families, including women and children who were sleeping during the attack, lived in 3 of the apartments, prosecutors said. A mother who was asleep on the couch with her infant in her arms narrowly missed being struck by one of the firebombs, the statement said. It was a miracle that no one was injured in these racially motivated attacks, Hanna said. These defendants have admitted their goal was to drive African Americans out of this housing facility. This simply will not be tolerated, and we will take any and all steps necessary to protect the civil rights of every person who lives in the United States. Now, ain't that hella funny? I'm not done, but ain't that hella funny that if it wasn't for us, we opened the door for all these other people to get here. We built this country, and then they come in here and they putting us out. They putting us out the damn projects. The racial friction persisted after the attack, according to the indictment. Months later, prosecutors allege a gang member confronted a Black family and warned that they should leave Ramona Gardens or that they too would be firebombed. The case is the latest in several over the last 2 decades against Latino street gangs accused of using violence to push rival black gangs out of certain neighborhoods. A few years ago, federal prosecutors charged members of a Latino gang with a campaign to push blacks out of the unincorporated Florence Firestone neighborhood that allegedly resulted in 20 homicides over 3 years. In the Harbor Gateway district of LA, a Latino gang was accused of targeting African Americans, including a 14-year-old Cheryl Green, whose 2006 death became a rallying point against such attacks. I've reported on that story. And members of a Latino gang in Highland Park were convicted of a series of assaults and killings in the early 1990s. In Ramona Gardens, the Big Hazard gang tried to keep blacks out for more than a generation. On August 30th, 1992, an explosion ripped through the pantry of Ramona Gardens' apartment where a black couple and their 7 children lived. Another black family across the street had been attacked minutes later. At the time, 7 black families lived in the project. After the attack, they left. For the next 2 decades, virtually no blacks lived in Ramona Gardens. Big Hazard had deep connections to the Mexican mafia, which directed attacks on blacks. Eventually, black families started moving back to Ramona Gardens, a sign of supposed progress in a community in a city that was working hard to put the violence of the 1990s behind it. Then came the 2014 attack and the one that happened in 2016 and others. At least one resident said at the time that she would ask for an emergency transfer out of the complex. Others insisted they would stay. In late 2016, about 4% of the nearly 1,800 people living in Ramona Gardens were black, according to most recent figures available. Wow. So, yeah. So a lot of this stuff is not new in terms of, what a lot of these Latinos have done to black people, and think of all of these stories and incidents that we will never know about. And, it's very rare. As much as black people are painted to be the criminals, the thugs, and all of this, as much as we're painted to be these things, it's rarely us who are initiators. It's rarely us who go and try to get people up out of our community, and that's the problem. Because see, we'll let them move into our projects, if you will. We'll let them move into our neighborhoods. But see, they're not having that. If they've been over there, they want it to stay like that. And they willing to go to any means necessary, even firebombing families with children they knew lived there. They scouted out these people. You think they didn't know that lady had a baby and other children were living? They didn't care. So black folk, y'all need to wake up. While y'all running around here thinking it's us against white people or some crazy bullshit. No, it's not. It's black people against everybody. I'll pass the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing always annoys me to no ends. And I get this a lot because a lot of our people are Democrats and liberals, and they've been filled up with all this SJW propaganda. They've been led to believe and taught that everybody else's fight is also our fight. We must fight alongside with everybody else, because when we get into some shit, we're going to need them to do the same for us, right? This is kind of the mindset that most black people have been indoctrinated with, right? We should all understand this mindset because most black people think like this, right? We should also understand that this mindset is bullshit. And when things like this happens, it's very important for us to point these things out, to show these people that have been indoctrinated and like to, push back against some of our talking points, because they honestly and wholeheartedly believe the propaganda they've been indoctrinated with. We have to point these type things out and show motherfuckers we don't have no allies. Let me ask a question. There was a clip within some of the things I showed where a group of black people was attacked, right? They wasn't even looting. In one instance, I think they attacked the old lady for no reason, black old lady for no reason. But one of those clips, they just started chasing a bunch of black people that was just got caught being black at the wrong place at the wrong time. And they just turned up on them and used that looting shit as an excuse to do it. Right? Now, within this clip, I saw a bunch of motherfucking Latinos jumping on top of this black dude. Now, my question is this. Where was the Latino at that stepped between them to try to stop them from doing this? Where was the good-hearted, good-natured Latino to step between that mob jumping on top of that black man? Where was that rational, good-hearted, genuine, brown, black coalition love Latino? Where was that motherfucker at? Because you know what would have happened if that was a mob of black motherfuckers jumping on top of Jose? It'd have been about 15 motherfuckers jumping on top of Jose. And I promise you, there would have been at least, I'm willing to bet multiple, but at least one black motherfucker there jumping in the middle, saying, chill. This is too much. We going too far. We don't even know if he's looting or not. We can't just be doing this. This is not moral. You know, MLK might roll over his grave. You know, somebody would have stopped them. I ain't see no Latinos stopping them up to jump on top of those Negroes. Nobody. And you can't tell me it would have been no black motherfucker trying to stop that shit, or it was the other way around. I see it happen too many times. It's always that one black motherfucker trying to out-moralize everybody. There's at least one. I'm willing to bet it'd been about 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers like chill. Probably would have been ready to fight motherfuckers because they was doing that shit. Would probably been ready to fight a motherfucker because they was whooping on some Mexican ass. I seen it. People want to keep beating me down this black-brown coalition shit. Our Latino brothers, our Latino sisters. I hate when motherfuckers start talking that dumb shit. What does that even mean? Even the black motherfuckers that are Latino, even most of the black motherfuckers that are Latino don't even rep blackness. They'll rep that Latino shit before they rep black. They nation first. They ain't race first. They nation first.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Word up. You meet a black Puerto Rican, they ain't gonna tell you they black. They gonna tell you they fucking Puerto Rican. They nation first. They ain't black first. You meet a black Dominican, it's gonna be the same shit. The motherfucker gonna tell you. You meet David Ortiz, you ask David Ortiz, what are you? David Ortiz gonna tell you he Dominican. He'll probably tell you about 3-4 things before he get to black. But the first thing he's gonna tell you, he's Dominican. These motherfuckers, black Latinos are nation first. They are not black first. people, you are on your own. I can't stress this. This is why I say stop playing that little party bullshit. Stop playing the party politic fuck game. That ain't benefiting nobody but other motherfuckers. Stop it. Now, if you want to play it, you motherfuckers better learn how to play right. Because the left is in bed with the fucking enemy. The right is in bed with the fucking enemy. When you motherfuckers realize this, then y'all might be able to start actually playing the game and not just being a spectator. Y'all zone me out. We have got to stop this. Seriously. Seriously. I don't know what's going on. Y'all always like to say MLK rolling over his fucking grave. Malcolm X is rolling over his fucking grave at you Negroes. Let's talk about that. Marcus Garvey is rolling over in his grave at you Negroes. How about that? The motherfuckers don't want to do some black-brown coalition. Y'all Negroes sound crazy to me. They don't give a fuck about us. You want to know why all these groups and demographics is passing us by? Because we always want a fucking coalition. They focused on themselves and we focus on coalitions and helping their motherfucking movements. That's why everybody pass us fucking by. Oh, you best believe they on code. You best believe these motherfuckers get on code. I just said this the other day, I gotta say it again. George Floyd's fiance, that little K bitch who was talking all that great shit. That little K bitch sat up there, her fiance died, and what did she do? She immediately got on code. And she ran interference for her K brother who just kneeled on the back of her fiance's neck and killed the man. And she ran interference for him. Getting on code. Something you Negroes have forgot how to do. Everybody understands this code, but you motherfuckers. Only codes y'all seem to understand are the gender codes. Y'all understand bro code. Y'all understand the sister code. But when it comes to the fucking race code, all you fuckers are oblivious to it. Everybody else understands that shit but you motherfuckers. Only code y'all care about is the gender code. That's the only one. And y'all disgust me with that shit too. When it comes to the race code, y'all, what's that? Why are you so hyper-focused on race? Why are you playing race politics? All while they playing gender politics. All while they following gender codes. You motherfuckers' priorities is out of fucking whack. All y'all priorities is out of whack. I'm confused. Y'all Negroes confuse me. I don't understand. I don't get it. Y'all be wasting time with dumb shit while everybody else is on code, not stressed out over dick and pussy. actually getting shit done, the motherfuckers over here stressed out about relationships. Everybody else passing us by, and everybody over here worried about fucking relationships. It's the craziest shit ever. I don't get it. Can we get on code, please? Black people, can we get on code, please? Can we learn to put the bullshit aside so we can get on fucking code? The drama will be there later. Right? The gender banging will be there later. I'm sure a black woman will do something dumb 8 months from now. Y'all carry on. I'm sure a black dude to get caught swirling 9 months from now, y'all can carry the fuck back on. But for right now, can we put all that dumb, silly soap opera shit to the fucking side and do like everybody else and get the fuck on code? Can we try that a little bit? Maybe. I'm just saying, can we get that a shot? Is that asking too much? Maybe it is. I don't know. But I would like to see black people get on code. I would like to see all that dumb nonsense get pushed to the back burner till later. I get it. It's your entertainment. This is what y'all like to do. Fine, whatever. Fuck that shit for now. That shit'll be here later. It ain't going nowhere. Little squibbles back and forth with men and women have been going on since the dawn of time. That shit ain't in thousands of years ago. It ain't going in thousands of years later. It'll be here. It ain't going nowhere. But in the in-between time, can we get on fucking code? I'm just saying, everybody else is doing it. I showed the ass-loaded clips. No gender banging. It was race banging. For keeps. Right? Race banging is for keeps. Gender banging is nonsense. Ain't nobody dying over talking points. Real shit going on out here. Motherfuckers turning up on black people. Could be your hood next. Y'all better pay fucking attention. Realize you ain't got no motherfucking friends. All this divesting to this group and that group and everything else, you divesting to the wrong motherfuckers. Keep divesting. Keep divesting. See what that shit get you motherfuckers. Laying in bed with a fucking enemy. Both of you. Both of you. Black people dying in the midst of other motherfuckers and y'all trying to chase everybody to them. Our motherfuckers are dumb. Anyways, I'm off that. Renee, you got something else you want to add before we jump on to something else?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to give an update for a couple of things on the case. Not necessarily an update, but some things that we really need to think about, black people. we really need to think about what is the end game. We really need to think about what it is that we really gonna do. Because let me tell you something. First of all, in the Breonna Taylor case, there's been no arrests made, no charges, okay, on the officers that killed this woman. None. Okay. Then I'm just so y'all know, and a lot of us already have a certain level of expectation, but with this Floyd case, just so y'all know, so they arrested they had one of the other officers in custody, last word, and they were in the process of arresting the other two, but they have been charged with assisting second-degree murder, abetting or aiding a second-degree murder. And they upped the charges of Chauvin to from third-degree murder to a second-degree murder charge. Now, this is already the game that's going to be played. So part of the stuff that they came out with and further released is that he had coronavirus. Now they're saying he had coronavirus in early April. That when they did the autopsy, the official autopsy, that they swabbed his nose and it came back positive for coronavirus. And they said that they think it was an existing positive from him having been ill with the virus supposedly in early April. Okay. In addition to that, and by the way, the doctor, Michael Baden, and the sister, I can't think of her name, who were the forensic pathologists who did the private autopsy, were not told. They were not informed that he had coronavirus. So that put those people at risk, who then handled the body and so on and so forth, because there was no knowledge of this or whatnot. So, and then they're talking about the officer, all the officers need to be tested for coronavirus now. Okay. So they're saying that he had this a considerable amount of fentanyl in his system. So as the Attorney General, Keith Ellison, Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison said, this is going to be a difficult conviction. He said winning a conviction will be hard. So they're trying to say, and they're going to try to say, that fentanyl compromised his breathing and his heart, and the coronavirus compromised his breathing and his heart. And that somehow these are the causes of his death, okay? Even though he was up walking around, walking, talking, moving, driving, doing all of these things, right? Supposedly, these are contributing factors to his death. So this is what will be used, because you know they always have to come up with something. So now he had coronavirus. So that I just want to let y'all know that, because that's what I'm saying. We have to think of our end game, because these protests that are happening now, these are not Black people's protests. We know this. I was just looking at these protests, some of this protest footage, and this huge picture the New York Times had. And for all the way you can see back, it's all white people. This is not our protest. This has nothing truly to do with us, if you want to keep it a buck. this is for them. This is for them to say, oh, I was on the right side, or this is for them to create confusion. We know we covered all of that with the white supremacist groups and the accelerationists and people who are specifically out there to cause anarchy, to cause problems, to cause issues, and they know thus it will be blamed on Black people. We already know this. So these protests have nothing to do with George Floyd and have nothing to do with Black people or all of the other cases, Breonna Taylor and so on and so forth, Ahmaud Arbery and all of these cases, and all of the past ones and all of the future ones. So we have to decide what is our end game, Black people, like for real. Because this, you already see how this gonna go. They're gonna say this man had these compromises, even though the position of the private forensic pathologist was his death was caused by this man, this bastard kneeling in his neck. This was that caused his death. Not no damn coronavirus, not no fentanyl. That caused his death. The healthiest a person, the most drug-free, alcohol-free of person, was someone leaning into your neck for 9 minutes straight will kill you. A grown-ass man putting his knee directly into your neck for 9 minutes will kill you. So just so y'all know, that will be what will get them off. There may be, a small amount of time that Chabin will have to do. If that, there will be a small amount of time. He won't be doing any type of long sentence for life or any type of real significant prison time. He's not gonna do. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So just so y'all know, George Floyd had coronavirus now. George Floyd had considerable amount of fentanyl in his blood, in his system. And it supposedly is enough that could be a cause of death if he had never had any immunity or tolerance to the drug. So but that wouldn't even make sense, because if he had no tolerance to it, then he would have already been dead. He would have already not been able to breathe. He would have already not be walking around and functioning. If anybody's seen these people, that all these white fuckers out here who are ODing, right? Who OD, it's raps. It's right then and there. What is this delayed? How much time? This man done went in the store and the whole situation done happened. You see him when they come up, the police come up, he's walking around, this, that, and the other. So when was that gonna kick in? It was just a delayed OD, or how does that work? This is just so crazy. So just so y'all know, we really have to think deeper about all of this. Cause all this right now is a show. This ain't nothing but a motherfucking show. This ain't nothing but a show being put on. That's it. This is entertainment. That's it. This ain't about no Black Lives Matter. This ain't about no Black Lives Mattering to America or whoever. This ain't about none of that. So we've been consistent for years and years and years and years, giving it to you from what we feel is a true pro-Black perspective, like for real, like really for Black people, like for real. Like not for play, but like for real. And, time and time again, it is so many cases every time you turn around, and then it becomes porn, right? It becomes this killing of Black people porn. And these videos, and they're viral and being shared, and it elicits a lot of emotion because it is emotional. I mean, we shouldn't get to the point that a loss of life has no emotion for us. A loss of life of our people has no emotion. We should never get to that stage. But at the same time, we gotta be thinking, y'all, I just really don't know what to say at this point. Because this is how it's gonna go. Y'all know how this plays out. And I told you I'm about to pass the mic to Psycho because he's gonna get into this other story. But I told y'all this, I've been telling y'all this. That video footage don't mean a damn thing. It means nothing. They told you that with Rodney King. They told you that a long time ago, before no damn camera phones. They told you what it was. I don't give a damn if you got video footage. If we gonna say they get off, they get off. And they gonna get off. I'll pass the mic.
Yeah. Yeah. And family. That was the main gist of what we wanted to wake y'all up with, what was going on, update y'all, let y'all know, be very careful riding through any Latino communities or whatever. These motherfuckers on some other shit. Some of these motherfuckers is like on site. When they see a black person, they don't care if you looting or not. Whatever, they're just on site. They use this as an excuse to try to attack black motherfuckers. So be careful wherever you go. You know what I mean? Keep an eye out because motherfuckers is acting the fuck up. And be ready to protect yourselves. Don't go walking around these streets thinking you got allies. Thinking Pedro is cool with you. Pedro side-eyeing the shit out of your ass.
Or
You're
Maria.
not getting fucked up.
Or Maria.
Maria too.
Don't think.
Maria got Jose on speed dial. So don't get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But Maria and Jose ain't the only motherfuckers who was wilding out over the last few days. You know, there was a story that broke. I wanted to talk about this the other day, but we never got around to it. We had a lot of shit we wanted to cover the other day. So I kind of want to backtrack this a few days, just a little bit, and cover a couple of things that happened. And I guess we can start. I'm trying to see which one is which. I think this is it. But I'm going to go ahead. There's a few things that happened, right? One, we had an instance where we had a truck driver driving a semi truck that straight out in Minneapolis, that straight just plowed into a bunch of protesters on the highway, marching peacefully. He got frustrated and just slammed on the gas and plowed into a whole crowd of people. And for those that don't know, who didn't see it, I'm going to go ahead and try to show it to you right now. I think this is the clip. I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and get it a shot. And we're going to try to see what's up. And we're going to watch this right now for the people that didn't see it. And this is coming from a personal cell phone, right? A person's cell phone, right? Footage, right? So let's go. That's not the one. Wait up. I think, is this the one? There we go.
police! Fucking piece of shit! Look at him! Look at him!
Welcome back to America. This is your authorities.
This is the police that you pay to serve you.
Who's gonna call the National Guards on you punk ass motherfuckers?
My God. Damn shit, blow your head. Help you motherfucking out. That's fucked up.
Clem Tank Lines in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Driver number 9915198. Ken Advantage Group. www.thekag.com. Let these people know what you think of their driver. Their driver who just ran thoughtlessly into a crowd of innocent, peaceful protesters.
Okay, family, and there it go. My apologies earlier. I realized the beginning part. I realized y'all couldn't hear, but y'all got to hear most of it. Y'all got to hear. I'm about to play a different version of it because I got another angle of this from the other side of the incident where the truck actually was. So I'm gonna play that version for y'all real quick, and then we're gonna touch on this again. All right, let's go.
Look at this.
My bad. That ain't it. Okay. I don't know what happened to that clip. I'm supposed to have that clip. What happened to it? Okay, I don't have that clip. I apologize, family. I don't have that clip. I thought I had that clip. You know what? That's right. I don't have that clip. I don't have that clip. That clip got messed up. All right. So before I get into the next thing, let me just say now, what y'all saw was the truck. Initially, I wish I had the other clip, but so y'all can see it. But the truck plowed into the people, right? I don't think nobody got killed or nothing, but he plowed into the people. He destroyed some bikes and everything else, and people jumped on top of the truck. The truck drove up some more feet, and it was kicking out the windows and everything else. And somehow or another, they got the truck door open and pulled them out. And that's when you saw all the ruckus and everything. And you saw they actually was trying to throw him over the bridge. It was a little bridge right there. He was about to throw his ass over. But just like I said earlier, you always got them black people that's going to step in the way and say, chill. Don't do that. Fuck him up, kick him a little bit. But nah, chill. We ain't gonna throw him over the thing. We ain't gonna throw him over the balcony. We gonna hold him until the police get here. Right? Like I said, you always got that black motherfucker gonna say that. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot, black motherfucker plowing to a bunch of white people, they drag that black motherfucker out that truck. That black motherfucker going over that bridge. You ain't gonna be seeing those white motherfuckers like, no, chill. Calm down, broham. Calm down, my fellow Caucasoid. I don't think we should do this. Man, they'll throw his ass right over that bridge with a noose around his fucking neck. But we always out-moralizing everybody. That's a whole different topic. Anyways, they beat him down, right? He did get a beat down. And then the cops came and maced everybody. They maced everybody else and then protected the motherfucking driver who plowed into everybody. Took that driver to the precinct. And don't you Negroes know that he got off without any charges? That driver is not locked up right now and didn't have any charges pressed on him. No charges. I just want y'all to realize what's going on here. It's green light on black people. I want y'all to know this. Green light. Know what I'm saying? Let's get into this crazy motherfucker right here. Did y'all see this motherfucking clip? I know y'all probably saw this one. Let's get into this. Wait, wrong clip. Wrong clip. This one. I know y'all saw this one. Did y'all see that one? Did y'all see that clip before? I'll read it up one more time.
What you doing?
Shit. Oh my god. Shit. Look at y'all stupid ass. You came out with a sword.
Right. Okay, wait. All right, there we go. That should be better. All right, yeah. Now, as you saw, family, now, if y'all confused, the initial report that came out when that clip was that there was a man trying to protect his business with a machete against looters, right? But that's not quite what happened, family. That man you saw chasing around protesters with a machete doesn't even own a business out there in that district. This was in Dallas, by the way. Didn't even own a business out there. He called himself protecting the neighborhood, right? And he went and grabbed his machete, waltzed his ass a few blocks away, and started, got on his Jason Voorhees shit. Got on his Michael Myers shit. I mean, he literally was out there trying to perform a hatchet job. I mean, one more again, family.
What you doing?
Shit. Oh my god. Shit. Look at
out, stupid! Came out with a sword!
Y'all saw that, right? Y'all see at the end, motherfucker gave him that "is he dead" kick. Y'all saw him giving it. Y'all saw them give that motherfucker that "is he dead" kick, where he just like nudged him and shit with his foot, like, is he dead? Is he dead? That motherfucker looked like he was dead to the motherfucker. He was still breathing though, family. He was still breathing. He was good. They took him to the hospital. He's not dead. He's not dead. The initial reports was he died. But he didn't die. But those goddamn Eminem loving skateboarding ass motherfuckers beat the fuck out of him, didn't they? Didn't they? Didn't they? Them goddamn corkscrew flipping ass motherfuckers beat the fuck out of his ass. Them rollerblading ass son of bitches beat the fuck out of him. Old Dragon Ball Z loving ass motherfuckers beat the brakes off him. They whooped his ass. That shit, I was like, damn. He was stretched. That motherfucker was laid out. He was face down, ass up. Face down, ass up. Like, you nasty, but what are you doing? Looking like you in heat. Like you ready for somebody to do some nasty things to you. What are you doing? Just leaking. Face down, and it's just fucked up. He had the motherfucking Damon Wayans blank man motherfucking hand shit going on. His motherfucking arm and his hand was like laid out like blank man. Like, what was that, handyman? Which one was it? Both of those motherfuckers. His shit was his shit was fucked up, family. I was like, damn. Damn. You let those motherfuckers, they was like, get him. I think he tripped or something. They was like, fuck him up. They beat the shit out of him. That shit was crazy. Yo, he was stretched. Word up, family. I ain't gonna bullshit you. But I just trying to show y'all the motherfuckers that's been wildin'. You know, we gotta keep y'all updated on this type of shit, family. P.S. Shout out to Fahim. I appreciate the cash app. He said show's on fire. I appreciate it. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gotta keep y'all updated, family. That's what we here for. Know what I'm saying? There's one more motherfucker I gotta get on before I pass the mic to Renee. I know she wasn't responding to some of this bullshit. Fuckery. But look, how many of y'all actually saw this batshit crazy motherfucker right here?
Look at this! You call yourself an American?
Yes, I'm American. All lives matter.
That's right, but they won't matter until we're... Don't you dare! This is his car! This is his car! What the f***?
Is that you?
A bow and arrow?
Yeah, he pulled a fucking bow and arrow out on the fucking crowd.
Is
that you?
Oh, Instagram. We got somewhere to be. There's a bow and arrow involved. He's got a fucking bow and arrow, man. Fucking bow and arrow. a bow and arrow out? Where's the bow and arrow? Who's got the... Jesus fucking insane. When you got froth at 3 and a right at 6?
Yeah. Yeah, family. Yeah. Family. Family, you can't write this shit. You can't write this shit. Right? You got one of these weirdo ass alt-right, all lives matter ass motherfuckers, right? First of all, let's touch on that. The fact that this motherfucker stopped in the middle of the street to jump out his car with a bow and fucking arrow pointing at motherfuckers and then take time out in the midst of all this to scream all lives matter. And I gotta it's to scream all lives matter. Who does that? Who whips out a bow and arrow pointing at motherfuckers like, yo, motherfucker, I said all lives matter, motherfucker. Motherfucker, all lives matter, motherfucker. Now stop saying that shit before I end yours. Because all lives matter except for yours, motherfucker. That's why I got this arrow pointed at your ass. But all lives matter. Right? But we supposed to believe this bullshit, right? I'm supposed to believe Oliver Quinn at 60 trying to tell motherfuckers they failed the city. I don't need a 70-year-old Oliver Quinn trying to tell us how we failed the fucking city. You can go fuck yourself, Oliver. You can go fuck yourself. Seriously. Then once again, here come those skateboarders again. Boy, y'all gonna learn to leave those skateboarders alone. Them boards look like they hurt when they going across your dome. Might want to be careful. You know, these old half pike these old half pike flipping ass motherfuckers be beating the shit out of you motherfuckers. Y'all better leave them alone. Leave them motherfuckers alone. Y'all gonna learn. Cause they grabbed that fucking bow and arrow, snatched that shit from him, and they beat the fuck out of him. Flipped his fucking car over, and then started hashtagging BLM and fuck the police and all that shit on his shit. Started tagging his shit up. That shit was hilarious. That shit was hilarious. But he got what he deserved. That's what he get for fucking with people. He shouldn't have came out there fucking with people. Why would you think that was a good idea to point a bow and arrow at motherfuckers screaming all lives matter? Why would you think that was a good idea? I don't know. Anyways, I digress. Renee wants to get in. My bad, Renee. You go ahead. Do your thing, Renee. You've been sitting back waiting patiently. I'm done.
Yeah, that y'all seen the video. I'll try to see if I can find an interview and put the link in the chat where after the bow and arrow guy, after he got his behind beat, he was bloodied and beat up or whatever, and a news station interviewed him, and he was sitting there lying, just a lying. Talking about all he said was, I think he said he rolled down his window or something and said all lives matter or something like that. And I think he said they dragged him from his car and they beat him up, and also he conveniently left out that he is the one who stopped, got out of his vehicle, got his bow and arrow, and was pointing it to the crowds of people. Like, he forgot that part. So it's like talking about some damn all lives matter. What he was trying to say is black lives don't matter. That's what he was trying to say by saying all lives matter. Usually when they say that, y'all know that's what they mean. But they were saying an update about him. He's going to be charged. And by the way, what's so funny too is this happened in Salt Lake City, Utah. For real? Like, how many black people? Like, really? Y'all got about 5 black people out there? Like, so what y'all doing? Like, what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These people just doing something to do something. Like, let's keep it a buck. A lot of these white people, like I said, people have been in the house and all this stuff. But let me tell y'all what happened with this man. Because he's supposed to be getting, all right, so this is from the Salt Lake City News Channel. I think this was the one that interviewed him. All right, so he said, all right, so he said, so they said Salt Lake City, Utah, News 4, whatever. Caught on cameras, a man allegedly aiming a bow and arrow at protesters. A local who recorded it shares his reaction and police officials respond. Wait, let me get to the part where they supposedly, it was saying they may charge him. So you know how that goes. Detective Greg Wilking, a public information officer with Salt Lake City Police Department, said as his team works to investigate the situation, he said officers first made contact with the man during the assault. They didn't see the bow and arrow part of the whole incident, so they basically go in and rescue him. Wilking said, As officers pulled the man with the bow and arrow from the crowd, Wilking said they gave him medical attention and let him go. As he said, they didn't know what was going on moments before. It wasn't until that information was shared, basically through the media, when I started getting calls that we knew about an individual who had pulled out a bow and arrow. As Druce recounts this situation, which was one of the people out there, he said the man's actions appeared to be malicious. Of course they were. Like, what do you mean they appeared to be malicious? While no charges have been filed at this time, okay, now this is 2 days ago. While no charges have been filed at this time, Wilkie said his department is screening video footage and taking witness statements. Man, get the hell out of here. We want to encourage anybody that has any evidence or information to victims or their victim to reach out to us so that we can put the case together. If prosecuted, Wilkie said the man could face charges of aggravated assault. We think we might have enough to charge him with an aggravated assault at this point, Wilkie said, but ultimately that decision rests with the DA's office. We'll screen those charges and go from there. Yeah, whatever. And then they said, Wilkie said the man identified himself on Saturday. However, SLCPD is not releasing his name until charges have been screened. Was that his name, Psycho, that you said? Until it's not releasing his name.
No, that wasn't his real name. That was
okay. It's not releasing his name until charges have been screened and a warrant. Really? ABC4 News is choosing to withhold the man's identity at this time. Listen, y'all. ABC4 News is choosing to withhold the man's identity at this time. Why? They never do that for black people. They never do it. A black person even slightly suspected of doing whatever, they gonna put their name, their mama name, their daddy name, their cousin, uncle, brother, sister, they whole track record. They gonna put everything, where they worked at, what kind of car they drive. They gonna put everything, your damn social security number. But this man, first of all, he sat up here lying to the police, clearly lying on the damn news when he was interviewed with the news. This man sitting up here pulling out a weapon. That's a weapon. I know to the avos out there, you know, they probably like his style of bow and arrow. You know, these avos, but that's a weapon. Period. But yeah, anyway, that's just crazy, y'all. And then the machete situation. But it just goes to show you, like, you know, so many black people put in, and all races do this, you know, but I'm concerned about my people. You know, black people always put white people on this pedestal, like they don't lie. You know, they don't make, are you out your damn mind? This old ass grandpa, people would have compassion and think, oh my gosh, he's been beaten up by a gang of thugs, right? Who people will primarily think to be black, right? He's been beaten up by a gang of thugs and hurt. Oh my gosh, right? But leaving out what he did to start the situation and the fact that these was white boys, skater punks out here who beat us behind. See, and black people, if it was just that man's word, oh, people were posting that all over Facebook and all over social media. See, black people, we gotta stop being out here. We causing more problems for ourselves. And then a black person touched that man. Same thing with the machete thing. Skater boys beat his ass too. But before, I think the narrative was different, of course, and it still gets blamed on black people, and people were saying, oh, he's defending his business. He didn't have no damn business over there, period. He just wanted to come out there and do what he wanted to do. And this is what these people do, and they lie, y'all. They lie. Stop believing them. Stop thinking what come out their mouth is the truth. It's a lie. You assume it's a lie first. But yeah, it's crazy, y'all. This stuff is crazy. These white people wilding. Yeah, so I don't know. At this point, I'm just, y'all. Listen, and I just want to say this too, like, I know, shout out to Bonafide 1970. We was kind of having comments in the chat, and I totally agree with you. I just want to say, like what I was saying earlier about the cops, the coronavirus thing and all of that. You know, right now, people have been a captive audience. So people are just trying to get turned. You got a lot of young kids, you know, who were not in school for a long time. A lot of people was out of college, have been for a long time. A lot of people out of work, whatever. People been in the house bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored. People been that, right? So now this is an opportunity for people to just get out and cause some mayhem if that's what they want to do, and just socialize and be in the streets and this and that. So this is fun to a lot of these people. Some people out there is really real with it. Like, I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but a lot of these people, they don't really care about George Floyd. And so what I'm saying is, as more and more things begin to open, more states and cities are opening, and things are kind of picking up, and people are going back to the new normal or whatever, this will subside. This will subside, because whenever the case comes along, we don't know how long it's going to even take to get to trial. So by that time, you know, the state of the country could have significantly changed, and people are kind of trying to get back to normal activities and things like that. And this, again, will be swept under the rug or swept to the side, and people will care. Some people will care. Some people will have outrage. But in general, right now, it's a captive audience. People are looking for stuff to do. And unfortunately, all this gets put on this man's name, and not in a good way. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of it is not in a good way. So, anywho, but yeah, y'all, that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, this shit. These situations are crazy, family. Calling numbers is out there. If anybody want to call in, yeah, let's get. You know, we at 2 hour mark already, so yeah, y'all gonna call in. Now's a good time. But yeah, family, some of the crazy shit I've been seeing and how some of this shit's been reported. The initial reports always come around being different than what the actual report actually is. I've seen that happen about 5 or 6 times. So, you know, just be careful. It's going to be a lot of propaganda being spewed. I saw some people trying to push some bullshit. Me and Renee was cracking up at this shit. Motherfuckers had uploaded some trolling people, uploaded some shit from 2014 with some Negroes riding around in a Thomas the Engine fucking train and some RBG flags waving with their fists up in the air, and people said that motherfuckers out here looting fucking Thomas the Edison train. But it's actually some troll. That shit ain't real. If you see that shit, family, it ain't real. Those are old ass pictures. That shit is not. That shit did not happen. That shit. But the shit was funny. Shit was funny. Me and Renee was cracking up. That shit was actually hilarious. But no, the shit ain't real though, family. If y'all see it, it ain't real. Motherfuckers trolling. Just FYI. You know, ain't no Negroes riding around with Thomas the Engine fucking trains with RBG flags and they fist up in the air. It just ain't happening. Those are old pictures. It ain't real. It ain't real, family. Let's see. Okay. Thought somebody called. All right. Yeah, phone lines open, family. I don't know what Renee doing. Let me see. Let me look at the chat. See what y'all talking about up in the chat.
What you mean? What you mean? I knew it because when I'm on the thing, you have
okay. My fault.
I wasn't doing nothing. I'm sitting right here.
My fault. I see. In my opinion, there are a lot of people growing. Yeah. It's a lot of people. The coronavirus ain't helping matters none. Yeah, people are antsy. People been in the house all winter, and then the spring comes and they still in the house because of the COVID virus. So yeah, people are starting to lose their shit, right? People are really starting to lose their shit. People want to get the fuck out the house. People want shit to get back to normal. And yeah, so yeah, the COVID virus ain't helping matters none. I will agree.
Yeah, I agree with, I totally agree with you on that, Bonafide, for sure, that this, you know, a lot of people, you know, people been saying, oh, what happened to Corona now? And yeah, all of a sudden it went away. Like I was trying to explain to people, it has nothing to do with it all of a sudden went away. The news went with what the biggest story was. And this became the biggest story by the reaction of people and everything that picked up. But the coronavirus is still out there. It's still going on at the same time. And a lot of these people, like, yeah, it's definitely being spread. And the thing about it that people don't realize is it has, you know, a pretty significant incubation time. So you could go 2 weeks or so without any symptoms or out without knowing like you actually are sick or you actually have it. Not to mention everybody is not, some people are going to be carriers. So they will have it, but they're not going to actively be sick, but they can get somebody else. I think they said like 25% of people or so are carriers. So yeah, and you got a lot of these young people, they might go around their parents or they grandparents and stuff like that. And it's gonna, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Give it a little bit. Cause like I said, it can take like 2 weeks before people really have any inclination that they're sick. And we're gonna start seeing in about, another couple of weeks. I'll say in about another 2 to 3 weeks, we're gonna start seeing, cause this is the 9th night that, you know, protests and things have been going on. So yeah, we're gonna see what ends up happening. And I do think it's gonna come back and rear its head. Also, you know, they've been saying like in the fall that it may come back bad. I don't know, but in terms of this whole thing, it's not good. And people think like, I guess some people think like being outside and stuff like that, that doesn't necessarily like, you in close proximity with people, you arm in arm with people and all of y'all packed in together, you know, you easily walking in spaces where people was just standing, breathing, coughing, people's body fluids, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people out there sweating and stinking and just so it's just not a good situation as far as that's concerned, and I think it's gonna be an increase. I can definitely see that. And then that's gonna be the next cycle in the media, with now the coronavirus fallout from all the protests that happened over George Floyd, and all these people are sick and this, that, and the other. So, y'all, I don't know what the hell happened in 2020, y'all. Like, what the heck? This year, I was telling Psycho, like, it's all my fault. It's all my team's fault. Because since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, it's been 50 years, y'all.
Yep.
And since the Super Bowl, it ain't been right.
Yep. Ever since the Chiefs broke that curse, hell is frozen over. Hell is frozen over, and the pigs are flying. Pigs are flying everywhere. Pigs killing motherfuckers. Yeah, they flying and they landing on the back of black men's necks. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Pigs are flying and hell is frozen over. And shit ain't been right since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Shit ain't been right. Shit ain't been right.
No.
Shit is went down
February 2nd, 2020, y'all. February 2nd, 2020. And it's been downhill. That was it. It was raps.
Yep. Shit ain't been the same.
You know? But
it's the Chiefs' fault.
Okay.
That's right. Damn you, KC.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm blaming Patrick Mahomes. See, Patrick Mahomes, man, he came back from those they was down and everything. He was redirected. See, that energy, it done messed up the whole circumference of the dynamic of the spin of the Earth axis on a flat plane, my brother, because what happened is the solar connection to black people and the melanin brought everything together, brother, and that made the coronavirus, brother, and it made what's going on now, brother. See how I just put all that together?
Yeah, makes total sense. Makes total sense.
Because see, brother, it's our melanin, brother.
But he ain't got all. But he only got half melanin though. His melanin's only half full.
But see, brother, melanin is dominant, brother.
Is dominant.
See, melanin is dominant, brother, and white is recessive, brother. So when it came from the sun and the sphere on the Earth axis, brother, the melanin is what caused it, brother. See, it's strengthened. It's strengthened over the recessive.
Let me ask a question. If I got half a cup of cream and half a cup of coffee, and I put it together, do I call that cup coffee with cream, or is it really cream with coffee? Why isn't it called cream with coffee?
Because, brother, the coffee is strong, brother. See, too black, too strong. See, if you got black coffee,
but it's
brother,
just as much cream as it is coffee.
But see, brother, no, brother. See, because it's black, though, brother.
Oh, okay. No, see.
And black power, brother.
What it is, my sister, is you're going by the one cream rule. You're going by the one cream rule. You think.
Okay.
Yeah, see, you think it you know, if you have one, if you got one, no, my bad. It's the one coffee bean rule. That's what you're going by.
Okay.
One coffee bean is enough to turn a whole cup of cream coffee.
That's right, brother.
You can have a whole cup of cream, put one motherfucking coffee bean there, and then it's coffee. That's it.
See, brother, you don't see, but the coffee bean is the original, brother.
But it's way more coffee.
No, brother.
It's way more cream than the earth, coffee bean.
But brother, it comes from the earth, brother. The coffee bean comes from the earth, brother, with the melanin, see, and the ancestors, because in the blood in the soil, brother, and the coffee bean, when it grows the beans, brother, and you process the bean that makes the coffee, brother, it's strong, it's black and strong, brother. So even when you put the cream in, my brother, it still makes a strong melanin.
But the coffee bean barely changed the color of the cream. It only made it like a real pale beige, like not even, like you can barely tell the difference.
But brother, is it white though, brother?
Yeah, off white.
But it ain't, no, brother. It's not white though, brother. See, we come in all shades, brother.
We coming all shades. We coming off white.
We coming all melanin shades, brother.
We coming off white.
To the lightest light, brother, and the darkest coffee bean, brother.
Oh, okay, all right. She just schooled me, family. She just schooled me. Put me on.
That's right.
That one coffee bean rule is a motherfucker.
Brother, we all one, brother. All coffee beans created equal, brother.
Oh, okay.
So if you got a little bit of coffee bean, brother, you still a coffee bean, brother.
You still yeah. But you'll never be straight black coffee though.
But brother, see, brother, now you getting the wrong mind, brother.
I'm saying once you add cream though, once you start adding cream, it's no longer black.
Brother, we are united, brother, by the blood of the coffee bean, brother. It don't matter the color, brother.
It does matter. Every time you add cream, the coffee gets weaker. And see, because and the reason why it gets weaker is because you're diluting the melanin. Right? And so when you diluting the melanin, then the coffee becomes weaker. And then that's why they always say, I want my shit black and strong. I like my coffee strong. Right? You always hear that, right? I want my coffee strong. That means no cream. I mean, I don't need no cream, none of that cream shit. I like my shit strong.
No, brother, you getting hung up. Shout out to Zadugu. Cause see, that's right. I'm using my third eye. Brother, you got to use your third eye, brother. See, that's you looking through the eyes of the white cream, brother. You seeing this through the eyes of the white cream, brother. You got to use the eyes of the black coffee bean of the ancestors of the soil, brother. And if you see that, brother, then you will see your light complexion coffee the same as the dark, brother. Tap into your third eye. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's right. See, once we can get past that, brother, we can rule all things, brother. By one coffee cup at a time, brother. One coffee cup at a time, brother.
Okay.
Even if you put more cream in your coffee, brother, you still my brother, right? You got a brother that got more cream in his coffee, a sister that has more cream.
That's just how gay as hell. That's just how gay as hell. Talk about something. Yo, just because you got more cream in your coffee, like, whoa, wait, what are we talking about here?
Brother, stay focused, brother. See, the white cream done got y'all minds, brother. We breaking down all of the boundaries right here, brother. We all one. We all one people, y'all. Put your coffee cups in the chat, everybody. We all one. If we all one, everybody, put your coffee cups in there.
Oh, okay. All right.
We all one.
Yeah, We gonna get it right. We gonna get it right, family. We gonna get it right. We gonna get this coffee right.
That's
we don't
right.
get the coffee right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
I still like my coffee black, motherfucker, strong, motherfucker.
And that's all right, brother. But see, you're discriminating, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You are discriminating, brother, against your brothers and sisters with cream in their coffee, brother.
Now, I don't want to integrate my coffee.
Brother, it's not integration, brother. It's sin. We're all one, brother. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Nah, we ain't all one.
I'm going to work on you, brother.
That coffee bean came from the earth, right? Came from Mother Earth, right? It came from the soil.
That's right.
That's why we are one with the earth. That's why we are one with the earth, right? You know, that's why you know we got seeds and earths and everything. The coffee bean is the seed, and it's from the earth, and you know that's why we use the old terminology, seeds and earths and everything. That cream shit, that shit is created. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's that Yakub shit. You know, like Yakub created that shit. He created that shit to dilute the motherfucking seed and the earths. You know, and when he created the cream so it wouldn't expire for 6,000 years. The cream is supposed to expire for 6,000 years, and we're supposed to try to outwait the expiry date on the cream. But see, what's going on is motherfuckers don't want to outwait the expiry date on the cream. So motherfuckers like, yo, fuck this. We gonna go ahead and we gonna dilute these motherfucking these coffee beans, and we gonna dilute the soil and everything else, and we gonna go ahead and fuck with some of this cream because we ain't got 6,000 years up in us. But motherfuckers keep trying to teach these motherfuckers the proper knowledge and understanding of the third eye and the principles of the spirits that align around the proper spectrum when the quasars and the stars are all in retrograde with Mars and Venus all at the same time, when the Milky Way is all illuminated around the proper proximities. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
That's right. But see, brother, that's where you, brother, see, I enjoy your knowledge of the solar system, brother.
Okay, there you go.
But see, when you getting it messed up at, brother, when I hear you talk, I hear a lot of hate, brother. You have a lot of hate for cream, brother.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't know if somebody messed up your coffee before and put cream in it or too much cream, brother. But you got to get that hate out of your heart, brother, for cream. See, we need more love, brother.
Oh, okay. All right. I hear you.
Need more love, y'all. That's right. He's stupid. I freaking love that clip from I'm gonna get you sucked. I mean, yes, somebody was saying it earlier. I'm gonna talk about that, but In Living Color.
Oh, David Wayne.
That's what I was,
That motherfucker, he's wild with that shit.
That ain't real. If that ain't real as hell. Cause brother,
that shit is Young Pharaoh for real. Like that motherfucker sound Young Pharaoh to me. He sound like Young Pharaoh to me for real.
Cause see, brother, the middle phase of the quasars, brother. And see what happens when you drink tea, brother, it activates your mind, brother. And what happens, your carpet, brother. The carpet represents the earth, brother. That's why your carpet is flat, brother. The earth is flat.
Motherfuckers got mad time on their hands just start philosophizing the most weird shit. Like, bruh, stop it, bruh. It's too deep of a reach. And it's like, that's what happens when you got too much time in your hands. You start creating nonsense. Like now, shit, motherfuckers got too much time in their hands with this COVID shit and they losing their shit. This is what happens, man.
Oh, yes, Shatera, yes, the angry and spoken word. And I was going to kill the man, and the man put his hands on. Oh, my God. And then what's that? yeah, Rasheed said, I'm the dude and I'm gonna get you sucker, Clarence Williams III. It was a movie. What's the name of that movie? I think it's called The Breaks. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Was it? Oh, dang. It's with that white boy. He's like in the black neighborhood and he going with this black girl. And he went to some like African, like what people call hotels or whatever. Hotel shop in anyway, go check that movie out if y'all ain't seen it. It's hilarious. So, but yeah, they was talking all that. Dina said, did y'all hear Floyd Mayweather paying for George Floyd funerals? All four.
No, I didn't hear about that. I heard people talking about something with Floyd Mayweather, but I don't pay that motherfucker no mind because he's kind of weird, so I don't pay him no mind. But that's what everybody was talking about. Okay, so he paid for the funerals. All right.
Well,
I guess that's his way of trying to get back into good graces with the black community because we kind of he's been canceled a long time ago. So, I guess this is his way of trying to get back good with motherfuckers.
See, that's right. Bonafide, that's right. He said, tea stimulates your pineal, brother. But only the black tea, never the white tea. White tea is for suckers. That's right, brother. All black everything, brother. Black tea.
I know that's right.
No white tea. People be trying to make fun of us over the years, and they be like, yeah, hey, Renee don't like nothing white. She don't even like toilet paper and all this stupid stuff. Shut up. Yeah. You know how them little jokes people be making about like pro-black people and stuff.
That's
now,
good.
I
would totally use black toilet paper, by the way. I would totally use black toilet paper. I have no issues using black toilet paper.
But you know what? You should be using some white for that. That's the appropriate thing. That's actually really appropriate.
Yeah, actually it is when you think about it. Yeah, wiping your ass and you motherfucker, you kick my ass.
Yeah, it's appropriate. Oh man. Yeah, let's not forget Breonna Taylor, y'all. Yes, like I said earlier, it's been no charges in that case or arrest or anything. Then we'll yet to see with the Ahmaud Arbery case because right now with the court system and all that, I don't know. Who knows? Like when trials and stuff like that, like real criminal trials and everything will resume. So I don't know because my family that work in the court system, they still not having now. Well, if it's like really pressing, like where people need to see the judge, you know what I mean? But they're doing it by like TV. You'll be in a different room or something. But So I don't know. Yeah, because he was originally from and then you got dumbass people. Let me just talk about this real quick. This dumb conspiracy stuff. People talking about he was a Mason, some Masonic killing and all this stupid with everything gotta be spooked. That's some spooky thing. And he was a Mason and porn and all this stupid stuff. I just can't. I can't. And then some of these little goofies out here doing streams on this kind of stuff. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember when they had toilet paper, different colors, bona fide. I remember that. Real question for the chat, real quick. If motherfuckers said you had to give up everything that was the color white, everything that was the color white, everything that was the color white, what would be the one thing that's the color white that would be the hardest thing for you to give up? If you had to give up everything that's the color white, what would be the one thing that would be the hardest thing to give up? That's the color white.
The hardest thing. Ooh, on one hand, I was gonna say sugar, but no, it's brown
Shorty.
sugar.
Shorty.
Oh, yes, Shorty. Yes, girl. Absolutely.
Shorty
But
win.
you know,
Shorty win. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
you know, some
Shorty
people,
win.
you know, they teeth ain't too white, sis. You know, some people be like, I didn't say give up none yellow. You didn't say yellow. But yes.
Shorty wins. Shorty wins. Yep. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Good one, Shorty. Good one.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm pondering like, white? Huh. Yeah, that's a good one. That's for sure. Hotel says zebra cakes by Little Debbie.
Yeah, I love potatoes too. Potatoes will be rough.
But I like sweet potatoes.
Give up on.
And I haven't been eating potatoes for a minute. So, but I do love potatoes because I love like baked potatoes and stuff. So that is a hard one too. But
Shatira said I'll be a no teeth ass motherfucker, but my ass will be clean.
Dang. Well, look, that's gonna limit what you can eat then. So
yeah.
You know. Yeah. Onions. I know I love onions, but you can eat the red onions. No, Nappy Yankee. I didn't. I don't think Psycho did either. Hear Obama's speech on the riots. I really don't care.
Some of it. I did hear some of it. I did actually hear some of it. Obama's full of shit.
Exactly. I don't even care because when you was in there, you didn't do a damn thing. And they was trying to, at that time, all that stuff was popping off too. The Mike Brown era, the Eric Garner, and all of that was popping off. Sandra Bland, all of that was popping off. And when he was in there and he didn't do anything. And when he said Trayvon could have been my son or whatever, them white people went crazy on his ass and he didn't never say nothing else. Okay, so yeah, you can have a seat. You can have a seat. No thanks. And I seen your comment earlier. Yeah, we did see what you agreed with.
Miss Yum Yum, good night.
Peace, sis. Thank you for coming through. We appreciate you, Black Power. Stay safe. But yeah, we did see what Drew Brees said. Which is crazy. That's a whole other conversation with the NFL thing. As much as I love football.
Yeah, that's a whole different kind of that Drew Brees thing. Yeah, I might touch on that later on this week, but yeah, we ain't gonna touch it today. But yes, I did. We ain't gonna touch on it today, but yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the sign. Yeah, you got anything else you want to get into since before we get out of here? Because I'm guessing nobody's gonna call in, and it's approaching 3 hours.
I would just say, just bringing it back to we have no friends. Latinos are not our friends. White people are not our friends. Asian people are not our friends. None of these people are our friends. When we're talking about racial issues, people like to make exceptions because they have a family member, somebody's married to so-and-so, or a co-worker or whatever, but it's deeper than that. And Black people, we gotta be more willing to be rough with it. I don't know why we keep wanting to handle everybody gently and they handle us so rough. Like they handle us rough and we be sitting there trying to, I don't want to, because all of these different like protests and different things I've been seeing, it's Black people out there and they saying, Remember the video I sent you, Psycho, with the black dude and the police chief was like, it was like out in LA or something, and they was like, he's like, I'm with you, and I da-da-da. And then the black dude was like, all right now, see, he's acknowledging it now. See, he's acknowledging. Back to peace, y'all. Back to peace. What? So what y'all want is, y'all want for white people to hold y'all hand. Y'all want for white people to smile in y'all face and say we with you. Like, why and when did black people get to that short of such a small level of like expectations? Like, you don't have a greater expectation than that. You want a white man that's a police officer to say, we're with you, we support the protest, and that's supposed to mean something? You talking about a game. You talking about a legally endorsed, a funded game, the biggest game going, besides the U.S. military, is the police departments across this country. And they brutalize black people, and they harass and attack black people, and they have for ages of time. You think because of some protests and they sitting there saying, oh, it was wrong what happened? These people is doing that to protect their neck right now. They just want to make sure, you know, they save their job and whatever else like that. And it's business as usual. If y'all didn't see what happened to the 2 students in Atlanta, you know, they wasn't even protesting or doing nothing. They was in their car. Go look up that story if y'all ain't seen it. It's horrible. It's horrible. 2 black students, the boyfriend and girlfriend, he go to Morehouse, she go to Spelman. They was in the car. They wasn't doing nothing to nobody. They was trying to head home. And they ended up yoking them out the car. They tased the boyfriend. He wasn't doing nothing. And then they kept the little things in his back where they tase you. And the officer was punching them in the back and everything. Like, it's really horrific, like, what's going on. In the midst of this going on, the police are still brutalizing black people. So anyway, black people, just realize we ain't got no friends. I know we all don't agree. The coons, leave the coons over there where they at. Let them be. But everybody else, get on code, y'all. The other little smaller things or some of this frivolous stuff, let that be what it is. We need to get on code right now, period, with this situation. And we need to start having discussions over what's our end game. What are our goals as a community? Not surrounding what they doing in the protest. What are our goals? So anyway, with that, that's all I want to say on that. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming out tonight. Yeah, these are things that need to be said. And please be safe. Stay away from Jose, Maria, all them. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you protecting yourself. Make sure you protecting yourself and your family. Okay? And don't be patronizing these damn people selling this corn and all that. Don't put their stuff. Don't go to their Mexican spots and none of that. Don't go get their little tacos and none of that. Cut that shit out. Make your own tacos at home. Go to the store and buy some damn taco mix and all that and make your stuff at home. It's better anyway. It's better for you, and you ain't patronizing their stuff. Leave them alone. Leave them where they at. Same thing with these damn Asians. We've been on that for the longest. But you seen it was like 2 of the officers was Asian. One was Asian. I think one was part Asian or something too. So, excuse me. Yeah, we ain't got no friends. That's it. We ain't got no friends. Period.
That's
and leave them alone. Leave them alone. If it ain't black, put it back. Period. End of story.
Fact. We, like Renee said, we by ourselves, and we gotta get off that bullshit. We gotta get off that bullshit, family. You know, I can't stress enough. Like Renee said, pull back all your support. Everything else, we so quick to cancel our own. We will cancel our own in a heartbeat, but we'll cancel our own for all types of shit. But we won't cancel other people outside of our race. When we gonna start canceling them? When we gonna start canceling other people besides black people? I think it's time to start doing that and start focusing on that, because that's what's more important. Again, it's about codes. Everybody else understands this but us. We got to get on our shit. Wake up, family. Wake up. We have no friends. You know what I mean? But yeah, family, shout out to everybody out there who came through. I appreciate all y'all for listening. Appreciate everybody who commented up in the chat. I appreciate everybody out in the clouds, whoever. You know what I mean? If you haven't already, please do me a favor. Please click like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? Very important that you share, let people know we breathing, and it's important that you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And when you do subscribe, please do me a favor and click that notification bell. Very important that you also click this notification bell so you can be notified whenever we do go live. You know, because you never know, we might pop up. You know, 1 minute we here, next minute we click the notification bell. Very important. Plus, we might get shadow banned. All right? So that's also important. And yeah, family, y'all already, my bad to my haters. It's that time. Y'all already know what it is. I embrace these motherfuckers. I do not turn off my ratings for a reason, because I give y'all a chance to express yourselves by clicking dislike. You can still share this motherfucker. You should. And then you can kindly unsubscribe. Because if you click a dislike on anything we said tonight about this black-brown coalition and everything else being bullshit, and how motherfuckers need to just focus on us and us alone, then motherfucker, by definition, you ain't on none of these motherfuckers right here. Now, that's by definition. You understand? Exactly. Also, family, please consider becoming a Patreon. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my Patreon out there. If you do become a Patreon, you have access to any stream I do, whether I keep it up, pull it down. If I pull it down, I promise I'll put it on Patreon. I also have other exclusive content on there. Whatever you feel like the channel's worth, that's what you donate. Let's see, any donations given does go towards the production of the show. As always, also family, please consider hitting me up on Twitter and the gram at SYKOPATHeist, spelled the same way as the channel. And yeah, also, please subscribe to all our channels. All these links will be in the description. That's very important because you want to keep up with what we're doing, and we might have to bounce around to another channel or whatever. So yes, please go to the description, get to all our channels. And as always, if you're looking for any graphics, artwork, designs, or logos, please consider hitting up our sister Renee at Renee Black Graphics on Facebook. Also, if you're looking for any mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, all custom designs, please consider hitting up a store as well. All these links will be in the description. Thank you very much. Hit her up. And yeah, you know what I mean? This was another episode of the RBG Pill Podcast. I appreciate y'all coming through again. We're going to try to get another show in. I'll see. Today's already Wednesday, so if we do another show, it'll be tomorrow. If not, I will catch y'all on the Wake and Bake on Saturday. Y'all already know what day is with that. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, once again, family, I want to shout out all y'all for coming through again. I appreciate all y'all in the comment section and live chat. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my Deep for coming through. Shout out to everybody in the clouds who listen. Appreciate all y'all. I want to give a peace and black power. Holla black at your boy and your girl. We out.